Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your monthly money and finances forecast. This is for all Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign placements. Capricorn, I already shuffled and laid out your spread. At the end of the reading, Capricorn, we're going to take a look at what your guidance is around your money and finances. You had 3 cards that fell out. 3. Also, as a bonus, for those of you in business and entrepreneurship, you have 2 cards that came out with regard to that we'll take a look at the end of the reading as well. So let's get into your reading now, Capricorn. Now, Capricorn, your overall theme around your money and finances is you have stillness or the Hermit. And so with this energy around your money and finances, Capricorn, you could be focusing on at this time on letting go of some of your material possessions so that you can have more money, or you could be after your spiritual pursuits. With this energy as your theme, you may be more attracted at this time to minimizing or being a minimalist in how you conduct yourself with your money. You may be trying to do the least with your money as possible in order to conserve it, where you may not be wanting to purchase new items, or you may be wanting to get rid of things that you already have. Because right now, those kinds of things are not a priority for you. Now, also with the Hermit here, you could be focusing on seeking answers, examining your money situation. You could be resorting to turning to experienced counsel to assist you with your money and finances goals or needs. You could be having a conservative or rigid approach, or you could be focused on what kind of service that you can render or receive with regard to your money and finances situation, where you may be trying to come to a new perspective. You may be contemplating and deliberating and trying to get insight about your money and finances. You may be evaluating or reevaluating your money and finance goals. You may be feeling some fear or paranoia, or you may be experiencing some measure of rejection either towards yourself, within yourself, or what's going on around you with regard to your money and finances. With the Hermit here, you also could be withdrawing in order for you to meditate and remove the distractions that you may be dealing with if there's any hostilities around your money and finances at this time. And you may be looking to isolate yourself because you may be experiencing some mistrust in others as it's connected to your money and finances. With this energy of stillness, you could be investigating or having your money investigated, or someone could be investigating you. But you may be looking to see how you can just pause and really reflect on your money situation and what needs to really happen. So, your focus, Capricorn, with your money and finances, you have the Hermit, and actually the Hermit came out a few times in your spread. So you have the Hermit here. And with the Hermit, you have the Knight of Pentacles. And you also have Strength. So in your focus, Capricorn, is you may be trying to move on concerning your money and finances situation where something may have come to a stop, or as it has to do with things becoming or being too slow in moving or progressing with your money and finances. But you may not be moving on quietly about it. You could be complaining, because this is Darth Vader with a radio. And Darth Vader is unruly. Um, if you know Star Wars, you know Darth Vader was the villain. And so you may be trying to move on about your money and finances, circumstances, or situation, and you're not very quiet about it. You could be complaining, having a hard time moving on from something that is just not going to work out or just moving too slow. It's also possible with the Hermit here, you may be focusing on what you can do to make something work or get something done, and you're very determined about it with strength, or you're trying to be strong. The thing is with the Hermit, what you're trying to do or the solution, is the solution coming from a low vibration or not? You are definitely analyzing, or you are trying to or needing to analyze your money situation so that you can be more responsible, take a practical approach, and get done what you want to see happen with your money and finances. It's possible you could be dealing with some resistance around your money and finances goals and your ability to get something done. But with the Hermit, this is talking about possibly you dealing with some challenges, but needing to retreat from the distractions in order to analyze and examine and reflect on what's going on so that you can come up with the answers for it. Now, in the recent past, you do have this Nine of Pentacles with Father Time, passage of time and dates with the Six of Wands. By the way, you could be focused on turning to experienced counsel to assist you with your money and finances needs. Now, in the recent past, for some of you, I feel you were, in the recent past, reminiscing about a time when your money and finances was in a more comfortable and stable and secure and abundant place where you felt that you were experiencing victory and you were able to overcome your challenges. For others of you, I feel that in the recent past, you were trying to be very resourceful. And it's like in the recent past, you were trying to be resourceful, and that it's like you were running out of time, or you didn't have much time to get resources or to build your money or to come up with a practical approach to gain in your money situation and have victory and overcome your challenges. For others of you, you were able to be resourceful in the recent past, even though you may have had experienced time constraints, or you had to adhere to some timing in order to have victory and overcome strife and issues around your money and finances. But in the recent past, I feel that some of you needed more time, or was working to be able to have more time to overcome the challenges with your money issues so that you could gain in the situation, or see how to gain in the situation in order to have victory. Now, something could have been brought to your attention in the recent past about your money and finances, and that you had a certain amount of time to address it and get it stable and secure. For some of you, where this was happening, you were able to meet the needs or take that action. For others of you, you experienced delays. So some of you were able to single-handedly achieve and gain what you needed with your money and finances or establish comfortability. Others, there was a delay or you were unable to. Now, in the present, Capricorn, you do have the Page of Swords with Justice, and you do have the Hermit. So at present, you may be focused on waiting to receive communication, or you've received communication at present, or you are communicating. And that communication is around perhaps some legalities, or you could have a situation with your money and finances connected to the legal system where something is out of balance, or you may not have received a decision in your favor. And you may be trying to see what you can do, or you may feel like you don't know what you can do because you're dealing with adversities that you don't have the answers to, or the answers aren't clear to you. For others of you, you are at present doing all you can to protect your money and finances and trying to consider or reconsider how you can bring balance and find the answers or solutions to it. Those solutions or answers, you may either be trying to get more information, or you may be seeking the help or assistance of someone with more experience. It's also possible that for some of you, you receive communication regarding your money and finances. And with Justice here, you may be experiencing some sort of severity by a professional that may be scrutinizing your money and finances, or has some authority and decision over your money and finances, that you could be feeling you are being taken advantage of, or experiencing some severe prejudice or inequality, but that something is out of balance. For others of you, you're focusing on how to protect and avoid your money situation becoming out of balance by seeing what you can do now to come up with solutions, or for someone to assist you with those solutions that has knowledge in the area that you need the assistance for. Now, in the future, Capricorn, you do have the Knight of Pentacles with the Five of Cups and the King of Wands. So I feel in the future that you are determined to work hard and see what you can do and take responsibility. You may be looking for help or assistance in order for you to recover from any emotional disappointment, distress, or depression you may be experiencing with regard to your money and finances, and whether you're able to achieve or adapt, or having trouble with being able to achieve and adapt to what you need to do about your money and finances. You're looking to see what you can get done, or who can help you to get things done. But with the Five of Cups here, be mindful to not spend so much time on what is lost or what is disappointing or upsetting for you, but instead to focus on how you can improve your situation, how you can salvage it, and what's left that you can work with. And with this King of Wands, be very creative about the actions that you can take to be able to achieve some of your desires or something that you can aim towards and do and accomplish. Now with the Knight of Pentacles, be mindful to be methodical. You may need to take your time. You may need to make sure that you are determined. You may need to be patient with this Knight of Pentacles energy. You may be focused on trying to be more responsible, but you are determined to get things done and perhaps even receive help. Now it is possible that something has been delayed or come to a stop with what you were trying to create and achieve. And this is disappointing for you as well in the future. But with the Knight of Pentacles is very determined, very responsible, very reliable, and very methodical and very practical. So you may be also focused in the future on how to be more practical with your aims and where you may need to adapt so you can achieve what you need or what you can. Now your attitude towards your money and your finances is you do have this 10 of Swords. You have the Ace of Swords. And you have the 7 of Swords. A lot of mental energy here. So you're experiencing a lot of mental anguish and complications and difficulties and challenges with your money and finances. You could be even experiencing financial ruin because there's a scoreboard over this child's head and it's all zeros. And the child is crying and very upset. And it's because you may have either lacked clarity with what you were trying to have a breakthrough with, or around some communication that got botched up. But something got botched up because of a lack of clarity, or there's a problem with the truth. There may have been lies involved, or there was a lack of being precise, or the new consideration may have been too blunt and cutting, where whatever you were trying to do or what you're trying to do, Capricorn, has a double-edged sword, where what you're trying to do to either have clarity or breakthrough or cut something away that no longer serves you, or around some communication, is affecting you also. Now with this 7 of Swords, this is you perhaps trying to come up with a strategy or a plan, or struggling with coming up with a plan or strategy or new perspective. Because you may not be seeing clearly, or the way isn't clear for you. You could be experiencing when money is being taken from you, or you being betrayed, or you could be experiencing negative self-talk. But I feel more that you're struggling with your money and finances situation and your ability to escape and get away from the ruin or the difficulties or the mental anguish that's being caused for you as far as your money and finances is concerned. And so you may be trying to see how to bring these complications to an end, or you're having trouble being able to bring the complications to an end, perhaps because you don't have a clear mind as a result, and you cannot come up with the epiphany or the new objective that can be an effective strategy for you, because there may be a need for you to clear your mind first, and you may be having a hard time doing that, Capricorn. Or your money is being cut. I'm hearing your money is being cut and taken, and you're upset about this. Now also, your concern about your money and finances is you do have the Three of Wands with the Ten of Cups and with the Page of Swords. So some things that I'm hearing here is family business. There could be something to do with the family business. Your money could be getting cut as it has to do with family. If you're paying any liens in child support or spousal support, or you have some sort of financial obligations, whatever they can be concerning family, but you may be concerned with trying to come up with a new consideration or be able to protect or guard your money and finances, and see your ships come in, or come up with a new creative action in order to see your ships come in and have things work out and come together for you. With this Three of Wands, this could be involving others. You could be involved in a three-party situation, but you're concerned about whether or not you can have things come together, how you can move forward, how you can initiate a new creative plan, how you can see your ships come in and have fulfillment and feel protected, or come up with a way to achieve this. Now, your challenge, that is your warning, is you do have the Six of Swords. You do have the Five of Swords. And you have the Ten of Wands. So your challenge is to figure out how to get peace of mind and move to calm waters in a conflict that you're dealing with or involved in, by seeing how you can diffuse it or take responsibility, or how to be released of the responsibility, or how to bring it into the burden. Now, the challenge can be you may be in two minds about something, or the challenge can be you may be struggling with someone else in a dispute. But how do you diffuse the conflict or move away from it, so that you can know, so that you aren't burdened by it and you can release it? That is the challenge, is to move on. Now, I feel like for some of you, the challenge is to move on from something that has already happened. And you may be still ruminating on a conflict where you may have experienced defeat, or there was some loss, there was some cost to you around your money and finances in some way, and you are still burdened by the defeat. Or even if you experienced a victory, which I actually don't think you did, if you did experience a victory, it didn't feel like a victory to you. And so the challenge is, this is where you need to get peace of mind at and move on from the conflict and get clarity. Whether this is a conflict that's already happened, or a conflict that you're in that you're trying to move away from, or maybe avoid. Now, your outcome, Capricorn, is you do have the King of Pentacles, and is with the Sun, and it's with the Four of Swords. So with the King of Pentacles is normally, he has the Midas touch, male or female. Whatever he wants to create, he's able to build and he's very effective and very successful. In fact, he's the master of that element. But this particular King of Pentacles looks like he's in either a low vibration or that he doesn't really have a lot to work with because he may be limited or confined or experiencing some sort of restrictions. But there's an air of limitation here. Or this is a King of Pentacles that's up to doing something underhanded to get what he wants, he or she wants, where this King of Pentacles could be being deceptive and impractical to realize the aims. But with this King of Pentacles here and the Sun, I feel like your outcome, Capricorn, is you are able to have some success. You are able to create and build and manage. But I do feel that even though you achieve some success, I feel that it is within the confines of the limitations that you have in terms of your money or in terms of what you can do, that you are able to manage the situation and be okay, but not to the degree that you would prefer. Because with the Sun here, I feel somehow you get burned or something comes to light. You could be, with this energy, having trouble seeing rejuvenation, success, or opportunities. Or you could be experiencing struggles, but achieving small victory instead of greater victories in strides that you may have otherwise wanted to see happen for your money and finances, aims, needs, and concerns. But with this energy, something could have come to light, or you may be lacking in having a positive attitude, or struggling with your ability to have the positive outcomes that you want, where you do have some success but not great success. And with this Four of Swords, this is you trying to meditate and contemplate perhaps how to break free, how to avoid being burned in your money and finances situation, or how you can rejuvenate and see better results or as best results as possible. But with the King of Pentacles, you are able to manage the situation, and you are able to achieve some success. And so there is ability to move on, but it is likely that there will be some cost to you as a result in your process, in your aims, or what you're able to get done or do. So Capricorn, let's take a look at what your guidance is. You have 3 cards that came out. Your first card is you do have no more complaining. Complaints are affirmations of victimhood, which is never true spirituality. Take back your God-given power by affirming that you have an abundance of choices and freedom. With your increased confidence and assertiveness, watch these positive affirmations blossom into reality. So stop complaining, Capricorn, and get an attitude of gratitude and focus on being positive. Perhaps say the affirmation of all is well and all will be well instead. Also, be mindful not to lack judgment, and allow yourself to receive help, or you may need to be more helpful in your situation. And be mindful of your attitude, whether you are being prideful or arrogant, because that could make the difference in your situation. You also have organize for success. Do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. So there's a need for you to get more organized in order for you to have more success around your money and finances. There's a need for you to take responsibility and come up with a plan and prioritize so that you can improve your money situation where needed, or you can establish a system for yourself so that success can begin and commence. You also have abundance mindset. So this is a lot of stinking thinking, Capricorn, on your part around your money and finances. If you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day from you, one day away from you. See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment, and that is what you will experience. So this is the time to come out of your mind with stinking thinking and negative self-talk. You may be overcritical of yourself with the problems that you could be facing or dealing with around your money and finances, or how you are handling your money and finances. But you have to be your own sounding board, your own cheerleader, so to speak. If you don't have your own back, there are far and few others that will. So sometimes you need to have a sense of humor. And I know money is not anything to laugh about, especially if shit is serious. But you can only do within your capacity. But you also can't do it if you stay frustrated, angry, upset, and in a negative mindset. Focus on how you can forgive yourself, release yourself from what you felt you should have done or didn't do, and focus on what you can do, and find ways to smile more, even laugh through the problems and the bullshit, so that you can raise your vibration, so that you can get clarity, so that you can have focus, so that you can have progress, so that your mindset is aligned to what you really want and not what you may be fearing or seeing at this time, and instead manifest what it can look like. So let's take a look, Capricorn, at what, for those of you are in business and entrepreneur, have for guidance. You have two cards. The first one is funnel. Create a dynamic customer experience that nurtures prospects to become paying clients. Build a simple sales funnel. This is your entrepreneur business guidance. So how can you lead? What are the prospects? How can you gain those customers? How do you nurture it? What can you do? How can you invest in your customers so that they will invest in you? What can you provide as incentives or to attract, even if for a trial basis, that may turn into something more long-term or contractual? Capricorn, you also have hire. If you're feeling overwhelmed with a never-ending to-do list, outsource your mundane business tasks to a virtual assistant. Get the support. Hire the help that you need so that you don't have to struggle. And stop resisting making things more comfortable for yourself, because you may not want to spend the money and hire. When spending the money to hire can be something that brings you progress, not only in yourself, but in the system that you're trying to create or build or maintain, but allows you to free yourself up to be more creative and innovative towards your business and entrepreneurship, because you are able to delegate tasks and free yourself up and focus on and prioritize your business for why you're doing it in the first place, right? Which is to see success and to gain and to do well and prosper. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching. Bye.